Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Leaving Up. This is Health and Wellness Monday. I am Wikali, and today we're focusing on pressure, depression, stress, those kind of things. So we're looking at ways of you relieving that. So we're at Riara Road. We're here to see Dr. Evalyn Oloo, and we're going to be talking about something very interesting. Ever heard of acupressure chair therapy? Well, this is the first time I'm hearing about it. I'm so excited to know more about it. So let's go on and find out what this is and how it can help you relieve that extra stress that you get from whatever it is that you do. Hey, Eva.
Hello.
Nice to finally meet you.
Welcome to Tulia Wellness.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, so this is what it's about?
Yeah, this is what it's about. This is called acupressure chair therapy. Basically, it's a form of massage that uses pressure instead of oil. As you can see, it's very convenient, no removal of clothes.
Very convenient.
Yeah, and it takes about only 5 to 20 minutes per session.
Wow, looks really intense.
You should try it. You should try it.
I should, definitely I will.
So because it's
Hi. He's gone, he's asleep.
Yeah, so these are one of our regulars.
Okay.
So we have people coming in for lunch break sometimes because they're around offices, but we also take this to the offices.
Yeah, I definitely will try this, and I'm gonna get my producer to try it as well.
Definitely. Trust me, once you try it once, you'll be coming here all the time.
Wow.
Yeah, but we can also come to your office. I mean,
Really?
I think your team will really appreciate it. If you guys sit down for a long time, and I know there's a lot of work pressure as well. I know.
So we're gonna be talking about all of that, and
Okay.
first maybe you need to sit down. So yeah, maybe either you can just tell us a bit of background. When did you start this, and what was the need for you to start this?
Well, Tulia Wellness was started in the country last year around August. Prior to that, I was doing this in Cambridge, where I was a student of psychology. So my background is in psychology, and I work a lot with people with mental health issues, majorly depression, anxiety, and learning disabilities for children. So when I graduated last year, I came back to the country and started this because I understood that there's a lot of pressure, anxiety, and a lot of stress in the workplace, which lowers productivity. And the traditional wellness products that organizations give, like gym membership, member clubs, membership, and all that, they're not utilized most of the time because of the time they consume. So you find all these resources that organizations try to allocate to wellness are not used. And this is a very good initiative, to make the staff in the offices actually utilize the wellness budget, because we take this to their offices, so they don't have to even leave their desk, really.
Wow, that's really interesting. I will try that, definitely. But I think we need it, and we're focusing on stress, and there are different kinds of stresses, and there are different causes of that. And sometimes people don't even realize that they're actually stressed. So they'll end up doing some things to, walk away or ignore the fact that this is stressing me. So maybe you could start with that. How do you know that this person is stressed? Or how do I realize that, Mikali, you're stressed?
Well, the first indication of stress, especially in the workplace, is that people lose focus, people lose concentration, and then they lack interest. So you can find someone is sitting in the office for very long hours, but their productivity is really, really small, because they're not focused, their mind is not there. Maybe they have family issues, they have financial issues, or they're just too much to do, they don't know where to start. And when you find when an individual doesn't get a solution to alleviate that stress, you find that's when they go into things like alcohol or some self-destructive behavior, just so that they can feel relaxed. So basically our vision is to emphasize the need for wellness, and not just wellness, but effective wellness in the workplace. Yeah, and that's why we take this to the offices.
This is very interesting that you actually focus at the office, like the office setup rather, because most people don't understand that you spend most time there than you spend at home, because you'll be there from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Then you get home, you want to sleep. So I'll probably take this baggage home. So apart from this, do you have other complementary, supplementary kind of treatments that go hand in hand with therapy or stress management?
Yeah, we have a membership program with organizations whereby our members get free 24 hours phone counseling services. and 1 face-to-face therapy sessions.
Are you serious?
Yes. So if you take up our membership program where we have like an annual subscription fee, we bring the chair to your offices once a month or quarterly, depending on the kind of membership you have. But on top of that, your staff can access our 24 hours counseling service.
Very, very interesting that you mentioned talking. Talking and stress, how is that related? How does talking help me elevate the stress that I am going through?
Well, statistics show that more men commit suicide than women. Why that? What do you think that?
Well, I think we're loud as women, so we just, and they call it nagging sometimes. So we're always saying these things that we're angry about. I don't think men see it a lot.
Yeah. So women talk a lot. Women talk all the time. Women talk to each other, whether it's just chatting to each other or gossiping or talking about this or that or that or that. And when women have problem, one or the other, they'll talk about it with somebody else. But for men, they take it as less manly to talk about how you feel, less manly to talk about your problems. So you find men get more stressed, and at the end of the day, more men get depressed actually. And that's why we introduced the phone counseling service, because then men are able to talk about their problems anonymously without being identified. I do a lot of therapy sessions and I rarely have face-to-face with men.
Okay, looks like we're done.
I would recommend this for anybody.
Wow.
I feel brand new.
Brand new.
Going back to work. Okay, thank you all so much.
Okay.
Welcome, Josephine. See you again.
Wow, your clients are so happy.
Yeah.
Brand new, I'll do this all over again. And you say they're loyal and they come over and over and over again.
For lunch break. So corporates around, people just drop by anytime they have break. You know, because it takes around 5 to 20 minutes, depending on the time you have, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Even on your tea break, I mean, if you feel like you have tension on the back, or, you know, you have, you know, problem with your lower back, you can just drop in for like 10 minutes and then you rush back to the office. And the beauty, you don't remove any clothes. So you just come in as you are, you know, get worked on very quickly.
And then you go. Very, very interesting and very, very convenient as well.
Yes.
So you talked about, you know, stress at the workplace,
Yeah.
and you mentioned some of the things that you can look out for if you want to know that your employee is going through stress.
Yeah.
So what other things can me as a person, you know, use as an indicator to know that I need probably to come for your services?
So a good sitting position is where your back is standing right up. Yeah? So you see, most people either sit like this in the
Or even
office.
put peelers over here.
Exactly. Or sit like this, you know.
Because they're typing.
And typing away. And most of the time you start feeling like you have tension. You know,
sometimes over here.
and you want to stretch.
Yes.
And especially when you're trying to do something or figure out something and it's not working and you're just like, you know, and you're eating your pain away and all that. You know, that's a good time to take a break, because then you're putting pressure on your brain and it's not working anymore. The more you try to make it think, it's not thinking anymore. So that's why when you feel like, you know, you have a clog, you know, and you feel like, you know, you're feeling tension and you feel like you just can't think, you know, that's a good time to take a break. Yeah, and so for large organizations where we're setting up therapy rooms, we have a standby therapist on site, whereby anyone, when they're feeling pressure, they can just go sit in for like 5 minutes and they go back to their desk. This really does them good. In the long run, it prevents against musculoskeletal diseases, which are muscle deficiency that occur over time. If you see people sit down in the office for a long time, after some time you feel like their back goes out, people even, they have spine problems. So, you know, you drive to the office, then you sit there the whole day, then you go back home, then the next day you drive to the office.
What's the difference between the other massage that we know of and acupuncture? Acupressure.
Yeah. Well, the major difference would be that this is therapy and that is massage. It's good that you mentioned massage.
Yeah.
So general massage is generally for relaxation, but therapy can be focused to a certain problem area. So let's say if you have a regular back problem, or you have a regular shoulder problem, or you have migraines. We have clients who come here just for migraines. When you come for therapy, where we emphasize specifically on that area, and we stimulate pressure points on those areas. So what this does really, it increases circulation on those specific areas. That's why it's so relaxing as well, because it increases circulation on the areas where pressure is put on, and that increases cell regeneration, and it just makes the muscles to relax, but also it increases activity on that particular area. So that's why it's therapeutic rather than just general massages, whether there's the ones you use, all the Swedish, the hot stone and all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about exercise? How does exercise come into play? Will it do the same thing as acupressure, like if I'm running?
Well, it's good of us actually, because we work with several gyms.
Okay.
We work with Arena Gym at Surrey Center. We also work with Impala, which is just right across. We have other partners coming on board, like Nairobi Club, Karen Country Club. So we are going to be in partnership with them in their gyms. Whereby after workout, normally you stretch. Your instructor can help you stretch out and all that, but that doesn't help much when it comes to helping your muscles relax and rebuild, especially if you're trying to build a muscle in the gym. So what this does is that when you have acupressure therapy after working out, it helps in breaking down lactic acid, which is produced in excess when you're active, when you're working out. So the chair therapy is a good complementary actually after working out. So working out doesn't replace it, it doesn't replace working out, but it's very good after working out because it helps break down lactic acid, and that helps the muscles relax and rebuild faster.
All right.
Yeah.
So how's been the, like the reception in the country? You came in last year.
Yeah.
So how has it been? Are Kenyans responding to this? Are they loving it?
Actually, surprisingly, the response has been really great. In the beginning, it was kind of slow because, we have a conservative community. Unlike in Cambridge, where I was working at Zen, here, the first question was like, therapy? Chair in the office?
Are you saying we have a problem?
Are you saying we have a problem? And
Yeah.
and so the first challenge was to convince corporates why wellness for the organization. They're like, oh, but we give them gym, or oh, we have counselors who come for wellness days and they talk about HIV and all. And I was like, no, wellness is not about gym and
Hiking.
HIV only and hiking.
Yeah.
Wellness is much broader. And what I'm trying to sensitize to the organizations is that they need to look more on preventive health and preventive wellness rather than looking at wellness after something has happened. So like you have a medical care, when you're sick, you go to see a doctor, they come in, they test for diabetes and all that, and then they give you referrals and all that. Acupressure actually is for preventive health, because when you offer this regularly to your staff, then it avoids development of course musculoskeletal deficiency, but also depression, anxiety and all that, because when people are relaxed, then they're less more to develop mental health problems, which are actually very, 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 very prominent issues at the workplace, but people ignore them. Especially, I'm just coming to realize that depression is a really, really big threat to organizations, but people don't notice it. People just say, oh, my head, oh, I don't feel like waking up, I don't feel like coming to work. So my job actually right now, even going forward, is still sensitizing preventive health and wellness in organizations. So, for them to go out of the box and, for them to think of other creative ways of making the workplace a more relaxed place, a more, comfortable place, and a healthier place, really.
And it takes only 15 to 25 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, so during your tea break,
You don't interfere. It's not like you're at the office with them in there.
No.
So I think it's really nice, considering, again, that you spend more time at the office. So if you're not productive, then it's the organization that actually is losing.
Yeah.
So this comes in two ways, to help you as a person and also help the organization.
Definitely, definitely, because a lot of organizations are assigning a big budget to their wellness budget, per se, but
Just do a quote unquote over there.
yeah, because definitely, what happens with our wellness kind of landscape in Kenya, that's why I put quote unquote, is wellness. So they have one wellness day all year, and that one day they bring in you know, a nutritionist, I don't know what to test for diabetes and all
Blood
these other
pressure,
blood pressure and all.
obese.
I know all this, and it's once a year, and then they let you go until the next year. You know, so you find that it's counterproductive. It's counterproductive, and at the end of the day, they're not doing anything. I think most organizations, what they're doing is, you know, they just want to show on paper that, oh, they have a wellness kind of a department or whatever.
Probably because it's required.
Yeah, yeah, because it's required of them, but they're actually not actively seeking out to see how they can, you know, make the whole wellness package work for them and work for their employees. And at the end of the day, actually, it's a waste of money, because if you look at it, if it's not utilized, so the first thing is that most of the wellness products are not utilized because of the inconvenience, because like people have to go for them. The second thing is that the wellness budget is not well utilized, because it's just, oh, if someone is sick, they go to see a doctor, blah, 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 blah. And then for the counseling services that they're offered, mostly if they're in-house, they're not that confidential, so you find people don't take them up as well. So we are offering, what Tulia Wellness actually is trying to do is provide convenient wellness solutions to organizations, which can actually be taken up, and you can actually see on paper that this is the ROI at the end of the year, because this and this and this and this has been done. And this is the number of people that have used these services.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure people are interested to know that, do you just go to corporates, or can I invite you for an event I'm having? Do I need to work for an office for me to get this? How does it work?
We have the wellness, which we offer corporate, which is a very big market of ours. And then we have events, which is also a very big market of ours. So we work with various hotels like Radisson Blue, we work with Heron Portico, and many other hotels. When they have events, when they have conferences and workshops, we come in and we set up. So when their guests are having breaks, they can have the therapy, you know, when they go to have the samosas and teas and everything, and also just jump on the chair for like 5 minutes.
Replace that with your mandazi.
Yeah, replace
and you're
that with
good
the
to go.
mandazi, and you just get relaxed. And what it does actually, especially for conferences, is that it helps. It helps. Not just make the event more memorable, but it makes the guests more relaxed and more attentive. So if it's like a conference, some of them are boring, I'm sorry to say. They go on and on and on and on, and you just, and people almost sleep. People are just like, oh my God, when are we gonna go for break? So if they have this like for 5 minutes when they get out, when they come back in, they're much alert, and you know, I mean, they take up whatever you say, yeah. So our other market is the gifting market, and I'm actually surprised during the festive season, over Christmas, we had a lot of B2B gifting where corporates would buy chair therapy sessions to other corporates. So how it works is that an individual like myself, I can buy you a therapy gift, which averages around 20 minutes, and it's only 1,000 shillings, and that will be brought into your office. So they'll just come into your office and they're like, Mikhail, you have a gift for you, and yeah, we need 20 minutes of your time. Then they'll wait for you, and they'll give you the therapy. For corporate B2B gifting, they buy like an hour or so, like for the manager or for certain department in the organization, and then we just go and set up and give them the therapy. But also individual gifting, we have a lot of couples gifting as well. Mostly that one is for Caucasians and Asian markets, but a lot of people from upmarket and middle income residents are also coming on board to buy the personal gifting. Yes.
Now, this the acupressure chair does not come with a lot of talking. That means counseling now is what you will need. So when you get this kind of relief, then you need to talk about it. Just relieve yourself of the inward kind of pressure and talking, like you said earlier. Yeah. So when you talk to people at the workplace, when they open up to you, what are the demographics? Who is more stressed? Is it the younger generation? Is it the older generation? And what are some of the things that they're not comfortable with that they talk to you about? You
will be surprised. Actually, before I tell you, who do you think is more stressed? Do you think it's the older or the younger?
I think the younger. Is it?
Yeah, definitely.
I think the younger.
Definitely. Between the ages of 21 to 40, people are really stressed. people are really, really stressed, but more so the ones under 35 are even more stressed, mostly because of social media and trying to keep up, really.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's a really, really big thing because there's a lot of pressure in the society to keep up. You know, there's Instagram and there's all these things, and people are driving these big cars and all this and all this and all
what's
this.
happening to my life?
Yeah, and you're wondering, where did I go wrong? And actually what people fail to understand, and no matter how often they're told out there that whatever you see on social media actually is not real, you know, but people still take it at heart and people are trying to compare themselves. The older people are stressed mostly because of the high living costs, because I don't know how old you are, but well, some of my seniors tell me life used to be really cheap in the former years.
Yes.
Yeah, it's used to be really cheap. So if you earned a certain amount of money, you could get into a supermarket with like 5,000 and shop for the whole month for the family and all that, and pay this and pay that. But right now, even the older generation are really struggling because for 5,000, that's like shopping for 1 week.
Yeah.
You get into the supermarket, it can't buy much. So people are really struggling to get by and to actually just meet their basic needs. So people in the organizations are really stressed at the moment. And you find some of these stresses you are not able to talk to your supervisor or your manager with, because they say you leave your work or your home problems at home.
At the door.
At the door. At the door. When you get in here, you know, you just need to work. But people don't understand that people don't operate in a vacuum. Everything else that are happening in your life has to affect your performance. So it's really interesting, especially with the phone counseling service. You really get to hear things that you will not hear on a one-on-one session, because then if you're not looking at someone in their face, then you're able to really talk out. And because it's also anonymous, then people really open up, especially men.
Let's talk about this phone line therapy, counseling thing that you have going on.
Yeah.
How do people, like, what is the number to call and what kind of issues, or do you tackle everything?
For the phone line counseling, we majorly focus on depression, anxiety, panic attacks, and learning disabilities for children.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. And the number is 0731 998 454, and you can call anytime,
24 hours.
Yeah, 24 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, 24 hours.
These are professional counselors. We're going to be talking to you.
Yes.
And is there a follow-up, or just make one phone,
No.
phone call and...
Because it's anonymous, there's no follow-up unless you call us. Yeah. So because it's totally anonymous, we cannot even get your number. So but if we find if it's a call where someone is suicidal or they're gonna hurt themselves, then we can work with either the providers like Safaricom or Airtel or the police to track the number and try to help the person.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's really helpful.
So for that one, at the moment, we are not charging for the general public.
Wow,
we just
it's
charge the one for
free.
corporate.
That's really good.
Yes.
Okay, so how much do you charge for a session? 5 to 25 minutes?
Actually, we are really affordable. If you come to our space, we charge you only 700 for 20 minutes. But if you come to your space, if you're an individual, we charge 1,000 for 20 minutes. And if you go to corporates, then we give them corporate charges because of numbers. But it's really affordable. It's like lunch. It's like having
Clearly,
lunch.
that lady here was saying, this
Yeah,
is my lunch.
yeah,
I come
yeah.
here every day for lunch.
Exactly.
And it's very, she left here looking so good.
Yeah.
Looking so good and very rejuvenated.
Yeah, you've got to try it. That's what we
Yeah.
do. Basically, what it does, it distresses, rejuvenates, and revitalizes. So you feel relaxed and you feel, you just lifted
Your
up.
boss would be wondering, where's she always coming from lunch happy? Which is a good thing.
Yeah,
Which is a
good.
really,
Yeah,
really
because
good thing.
you just feel relaxed. And if you want to know how this relates to the psychotherapy that I do,
Yeah.
is that the acupressure chair therapy and psychotherapy goes hand in hand, because stress manifests both psychologically and physiologically.
Okay.
So we offer solutions for both. You find that when someone is stressed in the mind, sometimes their body is also really stressed. So if you start working on the body, then you can work on the mind as well. But you find some problems which are really serious, like depression. Actually, you have to have a psychotherapy. And the way we've been brought up in the African culture is that we make everything about physiology. So every disease manifests in the body. So even if it's the mind, but even people were depressed. Like, for example, would say, I just don't feel like waking up. I just feel like I have headache all the time. I just feel like the world is on my shoulder. When I'm walking, I just want to fall down. And so they're not realizing that actually this is something with the mind. They're just they're telling you all these physical symptoms. Then me as a psychologist, I'm able to know to pick from those physical symptoms that actually this is what is happening with the mind. And you find if you help them with the mind, then they're switched on back again and they're fine. So that's why we offer solutions for both physiological and the psychological
and then
aspect
when
of
you
stress.
feel yourself relieved from this, and then you have a burden in your chest, then you would want to just remove it so that you can be at peace, which is really, really good.
Yes.
I'm sure people are wondering, where is this place? Where can I find her? So probably your social media platforms and the exact location of Tulia Wellness.
We are located on Riara Road, right opposite Riara Primary School. So after Hekima University, on your way to the junction, Nakumat, so it's the road at the back of Makini if you're coming from Gong Road from Impala. Okay. That's where we are situated, but you can also find us online on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Tulia Wellness, and also you can visit our website www.tuliawellness.com. You can actually book for sessions online and pay via till number. And if you want to buy a gift for someone, you can also just go online, buy a gift for someone, and then they'll just come right in.
Now, I'd like you to take a look into this camera and just, encourage the use of this and stress relieving therapies in corporates, for employees, for even employers.
Tulia Wellness is a brand of Diverge Consulting Limited, and what we do is that we offer convenient stress relief solutions to both corporates and individuals. For people who feel like they're stressed out and they need to talk to somebody, you can call 0731 998 454 for a free therapy session, and you can also have a free one-on-one session for one session, and then we can follow up on that.
All right, thank you so much for having us. It's been very enlightening. Yeah, so
you're welcome. Now, you're not going to leave before you try our acupressure.
How do you go about this? I have to remove my
hand. I'll help you with that.
Okay.
So these chairs are adjustable to any body weight and body size in terms of height and length.
Okay.
So what the purpose are going to use is pressure on their thumbs, on the thumbs, fingers, and their elbows. We don't use any oil.
It feels so good. Thank you, John. Wow, that was something. 25 minutes of utter bliss. You feel rejuvenated. You feel, energetic. And Spencer, he's gone. Continue. Well, this has been Living Up. We're at Tulia Wellness, having an amazing time. You should definitely, totally try this. It doesn't take up much of your time. You don't remove your clothes. No oil. It's not messy. This is just the perfect lunch break for you or for your, your friend, your loved one. Go ahead and order one for them. This is absolutely amazing. This has been Living Up. I've been with Kali. We are going on a very short commercial break. We'll have Brian Suma on Beyond the Sports shortly. Kwa heri.
Haujaipigwa nyumbani.
Nyumbani zipigwa. I'm the current Kenya national heavyweight champ. Na ukuwe champ lazima upige champ. So nilipiga champ ndo nikakuwa champ. Mimi ni title holder, sasa hizo unaniona hivi.